Don't miss CCGCastle.com, best place for Pokemon trading card game. You can find singles for standard, legacy, or expanded format, sealed products like booster box, teams, team decks. With TCG Center 5 code, you will get 5% discount on your purchase. Check video description or visit CCG Castle for more. Hello and welcome once again back to Pokemon TCG Center. Today we have another deck for the standard format, and this one is a Wailord-EX, but it's not a mill or wall deck, it's a Wailord-EX actually with 11 water energies, so yeah, it's going to be a Wailord-EX with high breaching, 120 damage per turn attack. So will this deck work? Well, we shall see in theory. In theory it can be pretty good, but in real life I just don't believe that it's so good. So basically 250 HP, 5 energies attack cost, 120 damage can do, 4 retreat. I mean, what else to say about this card? This Pokemon is now asleep when you use high breaching, and when you attach energy from your hand, you just can remove all special conditions from the Wailord. Yeah, I have only 4 Pokemons, 45 trainer cards, and 11 energies. I'm running 3 copies of Dive Ball, so I can search my deck for the Wailord. 1 copy of Enhanced Hammer. I should maybe replace the Enhanced Hammer with my Zero Seek. I still need to think about that, because with the Zero Seek I can also discard Tool and Special Energy. So 1 copy of Escape Rope, just in case it's stuck in the front with the Wailord and I just want to retreat to my benched one, because the game plan is to start with the Wailord in the front, start with 1 Wailord on the bench, and just with the Max Elixir, with the Max Elixirs and the Puzzle of Times for another Max Elixir, try to accelerate your Wailord on the bench. So 4 copies of Max Elixir, 4 copies of Potion, so I can heal 30 damage from my Pokemon per turn. 4 copies of Puzzle of Time, so I can play 2 copies of Puzzle of Time, grab any 2 cards from my discard pile that I want. 4 copies of Roller Skates, flip a coin, draw 2 cards, draw 3 cards if you get heads. Super Rod times 1, 1 target whistle, for those Shamans, why not? 3 copies of Trainers Mail, 4 copies of Versus Seeker, 1 Cassius. When I get a lot of damage on my Wailord, I can just shuffle it into my deck. Hex Maniac for those carvings with safeguard ability, but also for Greninja, not that bad, and also Crobats. 1 copy of Lysandre. For draw support, I have 3 Ents and 3 Sycamores, but before Sycamores I have 1 copy of Pokemon Center Lady. From Stadium I decide to run 3 Rough Seas, so I can heal 30 damage per turn from my Wailord. 1 copy of Float Stone, 2 copies of Hard Charm, so I can reduce the damage for 20 per turns, between attacks of course, and 11 energies in total. So basically in theory I can heal 120 damage per turn without any problem with my Center Lady, Rough Seas and Potion combination, and also I can reduce that damage for 20, for example, with my Hard Charm. So basically I can take like 140 damage and just swipe it from my Wailord in a single turn. But if you're looking for any of these cards, if you're interested to build something like that, you can visit CCGCastle.com. You can find the link in my video description, and actually with TCG Center 5 code you can get 5% discount on your purchase, so definitely keep that in mind. So let's try to play 1 or 2 games with this Wailord-EX deck, and let's see how it will work. Definitely it's probably going to be very hard to play with it, especially when you play I wouldn't say tier 2 or 3. I would say when you play some roads decks, you just cannot play against strong decks online, because that simulation just give you weaker decks and actually opponent with a lower experience, I would say, or something like that. Alright, so let's do some game tests so we can actually see this deck in a game. Alright, so opening hand, 1 Wailord, 1 Dive Ball, a Float Stone, which is definitely good, but the question is, oh, what's this? A Lapras with a Trainer Surge attack. Alright, I must say that I first time see this Lapras in action. So there is a Dive Ball, so let's see. for a Omastar. Alright, so this is a Aerodactyl Omastar deck on the other side, so this is going to be very interesting matchup. So all I really need to do is somehow to charge my Wailord, and I guess I'm safe from that point. Omastar and Aerodactyl, I love that. Alright, so there's a Remoraid. Alright, so it's my turn. Finally, I can grab Dive Ball for a Wailord. I can attach one energy and Max Elixir. After that, I can play and so let's see how good I tweak this deck. So there is first M. Will there be another Max Elixirs and stuff like that? No, I'm just pretty disappointed with the hand that I draw. Roller Skates, let's see if I can get heads. Yes, there's a 3 additionally cards. Okay, I'm still thinking that I'm going to play another N next turn. And there's an Old Amber Aerodactyl, so look at the top 7 cards of your deck. If you find Aerodactyl, you can put it onto your deck. You can put it onto your bench. Basically with Lapras, you can just search your deck for any trainer, reveal it, put it into your hand, and shuffle the deck afterward. Omastar has the Restoring Beam ability, which says once during your turn, you may search your deck for a restored Pokemon and put it onto your bench. So basically, if you want to play Omastar, my advice is to play it with Archie. So basically, if you play it with the Archie's Ace in the hole, you can play Archie and just grab Omastar. I mean, it's a water Pokemon, so you can put it onto your bench without playing some item cards and stuff like that. So there's Super Rod, and basically he can just put all 3 Pokemons instead of the Omastar, so maybe he played that. Archie, who knows? This was a Abyssal hand for 4 additionally cards, and there is Lapras with searching his deck for a item card. So I'm pretty curious. Oh, it can be trainer cards. I'm pretty curious to see what card he's going to take. Alright, so it's a Ultra Ball. And I just tap deck another Max Elixir. And there's one more energy. Really good. I just want to play again N, so I can even remove that Ultra Ball from my opponent's hand, but maybe I can even try to hit another Puzzle of Time at this point with a Trainers Mail. Alright, so no sign of the Puzzle of Time, or maybe Max Elixir, but definitely I'm looking for Puzzle. Oh, again, nothing, so let's just grab one Potion. And I think I can even retreat right now. And pass. So I hope he can't attack me next turn. Maybe I just enter a little bit too earlier. And there's an Old Amber Aerodactyl, and there's a first Aerodactyl on the bench. So basically with the Jet Draft you can hit for 120 and discard one of your opponent's special energies attached to the Pokemon. It needs to be, of course, active one. Very powerful card against those decks who runs special energies. Alright, so there's a Fossil Excavator and another Old Amber Aerodactyl for nothing. And let me see if he can find one more Aerodactyl. Yes, he can. So they have 120. And basically my Wailord also have 120 damage for the attack. And I can just easily hit them knockout. Alright, so there's a Chaos Town. And 4 extra cards for my opponent. Alright, so there is one more energy to Aerodactyl, so he's not playing double Colress. Maybe he played, but he don't have one. And a Float Stone. So Lapras can free retreat right now. But there's another item search for the Battle Compressor. So at this point, my opponent actually have pretty decent. Field, but I guess I'm just going to Hex Maniac him. So he can't play those. He can't play that Abyssal Hand. I can draw one prize. It's energy card. That's good. So I sleep again. So if I play Chaos Town, I cannot be confused and poisoned, and my opponent cannot be asleep and paralyzed. I wish I cannot be asleep. Alright, so next turn I guess I'm going to play Potion probably, attach one energy if I don't wake up. Go with my Professor Sycamore for the fresh hand of 7, and there is another Super Rod. So he is just putting back those Lapras. And a versus Seeker, so he can play Archie, that's damn good, so I'm going to see that Omastar and the 5 new cards in his hand, so this is huge, but he still can play that Restoring Beam on this turn, but he can hit me for 140, minus 20 is going to be 120, and there's a Jet Draft. Oh, luckily I just wake up so I can attach my energy onto my other Wailord. So let's heal 30 damage from the active one, and Rough Seas is going to heal 30 more. Let's go with N, just because I have that Puzzle of Time and I don't want to play it yet because there is still a lot of good item cards that I can use. And I just get 2 puzzles and a roller skate, so let's see. A heads on the rollers, really nice. I'm going with 2 puzzles for 2 more energy, for 2 more Max Elixir, so there's another chance that I can hit 2 more energies and attach them onto my Wailord on the bench. So the first Max Elixir for nothing, the second one, oh, again for nothing? Well, thanks a lot. I just got nothing, and there's a knockout, so it's 120. I can grab one more extra prize, and I can try to wake up. Alright, at least I'm not sleeping anymore. So, with double colors, Aerodactyl can hit me for 120. He needs to do a lot of job to one-hit me knockout. There's no chance that he can one-hit me knockout, he just needs to get rid of my Wailord from the play. If he is able to knock out one of my Wailords, then I can find myself in huge trouble because Wailord need 5 energies for attack, and that's just a lot of resources. And the worst possible thing that I didn't hit any of energies with my other 2 Max Elixirs. Alright, I think I saw some Lapras and not sure what else. And there is Omastar Break. Alright, good. And Omastar actually says that once during your turn, before you attack, you might switch one of your opponent's Pokemon with active Pokemon. So this can be definitely a problem for me if he can actually, if he can just Lysandre my Wailord on the bench and remove that Float Stone, and I can find myself in huge trouble. And this is probably going to be, I mean, he can right now search with the Lapras his deck for any card, but he just decide to retreat. Do I want to play N? Well, I guess I can go with one more round of the N before I decide to attack. I mean, my opponent is down to 12, he can even lose by decking out. And there is 2 potions and 1 energy card, so Let's heal the damage. So my Wailord have the full HP right now, and let's hit for 120 again, which is enough for the knockout and for one extra prize. And what extra prize is Cassius. Alright, so I can shuffle one of my Wailords back into my deck. Alright, so there's a Trainers Mail and a Bell Compressor. So basically, with the Trainer's Mail, he grabbed that Bell Compressor and he is just looking to discard some other cards. But basically it's hard to knock out Wailord, especially if you cannot hit for like Night March for 202 or 220, 30, 40 damage per turn. It's just not that strong. And there is Restoration Beam for another Aerodactyl on the bench. But he desperately needs those energy cards, and that Jet draft for 120 again and again. And a Versus Seeker for another Archie. Alright, that's interesting. And there's a double Colress Energy. Aerodactyl also have free retreat, so it can be free retreated. So he can hit me for like 140 again. He needs 3 turns to be able to knock me out, and there's a Beazle Hand, so he's going down to 2 cards. Unfortunately, he's going to lose this. And there is 120, I guess, and a Hex Maniac. So if I don't hit heads, I cannot wake up. Unfortunately, bad news for my opponent, and there's a victory. So let's try to play one more game with this Wailord-EX deck. Alright, so let's kick off with the game number 2, and I actually lost the coin flip, so I'm going second. Let's see if I can find Wailord in my opening hand. No. I think that the double Wailord is the best combination, best potential combination you can actually get. Oh, speaking about double Wailord, I just got some Wailords. Okay, so he can draw 1 extra cards for that mulligan. I probably suppose that he play... Oh, Dialga, Chrono Wind. Defending Pokemon is Pokemon EX, GG. But we can try to avoid that Dialga with our Lysandre, and there's a Caesar. Alright, so this is going to be a very painful. And shaming for 3 extra cards. Okay, I don't know how to beat this Dialga, because once that Chrono Wind hit me, I just need to retreat. And there's a Versus Seeker for Judge, so say goodbye to my Roller Skates. But maybe I hit even better combination. Or maybe not. Alright, so there's a Bell Compressor. Two energies and a Sycamore. And my turn. Okay. So, can I get heads? Yes, 3 extra cards. That's amazing. But maybe he play double Colress Energy, maybe not. Let's respond with a Rough Seas, and I'm actually going to wait for 1 more turn before I play Sycamore. Just because I'm looking, maybe he have double Colress Energy, so I can try to remove it with my hammer. Oh, no energy. So I think right now is the time to play Professor Sycamore for the fresh hand. 2 Puzzle of Times. Guess I can't use them right now, so I'm looking to best turn again. The good thing is that my opponent actually does not have anything to draw at this point. Do I want to play Hex? I can try, maybe he can top deck Shaman, so let's just play that Hex Maniac. So actually, if he have right now Shaman, he can't use it. And there's a Versus Seeker for another round of a Judge. So it's going to be 4 cards in my hand, but I actually didn't have that good hand, so now this is pretty good. Roller Skates, Max Elixir. If I can hit heads, then again I can do the great job. But I would assume that my opponent actually plays some Max Potions. So there's one more energy card, and let's pass. Probably Max Potion, because you can just play Max Potion switch. You can retreat Max Potion, charge energies with the Bronzong, and you have full HP again, so there is 120. I guess it's time to put back that Dialga in the front, play that Max Elixir. So my Wailord is ready for attack, but I actually cannot use any of its attacks because I don't have chance to retreat. Okay, so right now I'm desperately looking something to top deck, same as my opponent. Will he be able to maybe find another Judge? But probably he's going just to play Sycamore if he hits that Versus Seeker. So my Wailord is ready to attack, but I need to top deck at least Float Stone. And I can 2 times hit that Dialga, and at least I can avoid that Chrono Wind. But again, after that, Mega Caesar can just step in with the Iron Crusher and hit me for 120. But actually I can survive because I have 250 HP, so without Muscle Band he needs to attack 3 turns. But also I can decrease that damage, so it's my turn. And I just found a Water Energy, and the good question is, do I want to charge my Water Energy onto my active Wailord? But I'm just going to pass for now. If I have Rough Seas, I should probably do that, but since I don't have, all I can really do is pass. Alright, so this is so funny to watch because none of us have any kind of a drop support, and I know my story, I should probably top deck. I should probably top deck. Oh, so he decided to give me a victory. So what a disappointment for my opponent actually this was. He should definitely continue to battle. I'm definitely disappointed. But never mind. Once again, there is a full deck list, so if you're wondering again, and if you just maybe missed a deck list, so this is the full Wailord-EX deck list. It contains 11 energy cards and stuff like Max Elixir for acceleration and a lot of heal cards like Central AD, Potions, and Rough Seas. So in theory you can just heal 120 damage per turn. So anyway guys, I hope you enjoy watching this video. If you enjoy watching it, don't forget to hit that like button. Also don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you already didn't, and if you have any questions, don't forget to leave comments below, and till the next time, have a nice day and goodbye.